This was how I spent my day from 5:41 a.m.
to 12:31 p.m.
As a dry cleaner mom of two who stays with her niece. After saying my morning prayer, I grabbed water from the fridge, proceeded to the kitchen and imported hot water on the hot plate. Drank my water and brought out potatoes I gave to my niece to peel. Where I proceeded to the parlor to quickly arrange my ironing space. I could have ironed these clothes in the midnight, but nature cheated me. I slept all through the night and still woke up very late. I took my baby's hanger outside and packed up the clothes I'll be ironing from outside. The first clothes I ironed is this red knicker. Just some minutes into the ironing, my niece came to tell me that half of the potato has spoiled. They wanted to bother me because this is practically their school lunch. Because I'm a mommy, I chested it and continued ironing. My ironing water finished at this point. I went and filled it back and continued ironing. At this point, I came to know whether the video is still recording. Because my phone can be very funny these days. There's been many incidents where I think the video is recording, but I'll end up not seeing it in my phone when I want to edit. I was not supposed to iron this clothes this morning because it's already school runs time. But I remember that the owner of this clothes have written me on WhatsApp saying my clothes must be ready today. I was literally praying to God that NEPA should not cease light before I finish ironing this clothes. I finished ironing the clothes by 6:57 a.m. I rushed to the kitchen and checked on the potato, and the potato is just too small. So I decided I'm going to be sending my children to school without lunch. Then come back to figure out what I'm going to make for lunch. I was done preparing their breakfast, which is golden morn and milk. And NEPA ceased light before I could finish plugging my LED light in the bathroom. I spotted the clothes that was in the spinner. I had washed this clothes before going to bed in the night. I quickly raised, cleaned, and covered my machine. Then betted Samadna and then Zikora. I wore them pants and singlet, creamed them and combed their hair. Quickly brushed them, prepared their breakfast while they started eating. Samadna was the first to finish eating, so I have to be dressing him up while I'm still feeding Zikora. Zikora was still eating until she finished dressing up. She's a very slow eater. I wore my jacket on top of my clothes while we proceeded to go to school by 7:55 a.m. Got to school by 7:59 a.m. Before I could enter inside the house, customer called me to come and pick up clothes from the gate. I finished picking up the clothes by 6 minutes past 8 a.m. I proceeded to the bedroom to go and wash out customers' clothes I treated in the night. I also used the water to wash out some colored clothes, raise them all multiple times and set aside. I finished washing by 12 minutes past 9 a.m. I quickly brushed my mouth, I had my bed and dressed up. I finished dressing up by 9:29 a.m. while I proceeded to take the clothes outside. Took out the duvet that I washed yesterday outside to dry properly. Then I proceeded to go and buy what I will use in making lunch for my children by 9:35 a.m. I got to this place and this woman doesn't have potato. She directed me to another place and the woman still don't have. This one directed me to another place and the woman is not at home. I decided to buy grill leaf 500 naira from this woman and proceeded to go and look for yam. I found this yam and bought one for 3,000 naira. I said let me go and open my shop down from there because the way my movement is going, I'm not sure of the possibility of me going to the shop. After opening the shop, I bought half kilo of shower fish for 1.7. I quickly used bike to go home because I was already running late. I got home and started cooking by 10 minutes past 10 a.m. I cut, peeled, sliced, washed and imported my yam inside the pot. Fired it, imported water and covered to cook. Fired the fish beside the yam. Quickly peeled and washed my green leaf multiple times. Started slicing it. Halfway into slicing, that so knife just cut my hand deeply. I licked my blood and continued slicing because mommies don't feel pain. At this point, the yam was already done. I imported salt and covered for the salt to stimulate. I quickly exported the fish and deboned them. Back to the yam, sieve it out, fired the pot and imported more than enough oil. Onions, 2 seasoning cubes, salt and the vegetable imported. Mixed cooked and imported the fish. Mixed cooked the fish and the vegetable for importing the yam. Mixed cooked and covered everything for final cooking while I proceeded to clean my space and imported their spoons into the cases. Back to the yam and discovered the yam has too much oil. I reduced it and imported the food inside the kids' flasks and remaining one inside the big flask. I finished cooking by 11:00 a.m. In our lunch bag, we have only food, spoon and juice. I bought biscuits for them in front of the school gate because we don't have one at home. I rushed to their class to give them food by 11:11 a.m. because it's already time for lunch. Unfortunately, I find some man sitting and crying at a corner. Saying his auntie beat him 5 times, I have to calm him down and send him back to the class. I got home by 11:26 a.m. I packed up the duvet because it has already dried and hung the clothes. Pack my children's clothes I washed yesterday and spread the new ones. After hanging the clothes, I proceeded to go and pack up customer clothes that have dried at the balcony. I then proceeded to go and fold this customer bedsheet and duvet. Imported both the duvet and the bedsheet inside the nylon. Then imported the clothes I ironed earlier inside nylon and set aside. Quickly prepared and ate my breakfast, which is 3-in-1 Milo milk and bread. Finished eating by 12:29 p.m. I sit around a little before I proceeded to go and lie down by 12:31 p.m. At this point, I won't be going to the shop again because I'm very tired. Customers will either come and pick their clothes at home or I will deliver to them when I walk up. If you watch to this point, drop me a heart and thank you so much for watching and God bless you.